Man, oh 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 man. What an absolute freaking steaming pile of horse shit, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. I'm absolutely freaking gutted and just disgusted and completely just disenchanted, man. How has this even become possible? United have just lost to Watford 2-0. Watford's first win at Vicarage Road since fucking April, son! Since April! That's how shit they've been at home. Their first win since April. I mean, United, obviously, we're doing the dirty work against City, Spurs, and then we go and lose to bottom of the table Watford 2-0. I can't even handle this, man. I'm so ill. I've got just an incredible man flu right now. That's why there was no watch along today. Massively sorry. I've just been in bed, literally almost hallucinating with how shy I've been. I felt like I was hallucinating. I was like, there's no possible way United could be losing 2-0 to freaking Watford here. I mean, stick a T in front of Watford's name. That's what they actually are this season, a bunch of freaking twatfords. That's what's going on with Watford this year. They're the worst team in the league by a country mile. Yet United go there and we make them look absolutely fantastic. We make ourselves look ordinary. I mean, what is David De Gea doing, though? You know, I don't want to throw him under the bus, though, but come on, couple of errors. He's supposed to be a world-class goalkeeper here. There's no way David De Gea can be considered a truly world-class goalkeeper if he cannot scupper these errors out of his game. It's no excuses. He's not an 18-year-old little melter now. He's not a physical little bitch who gets bossed around from corners and stuff. No, he's supposed to be this seasoned, experienced, supposed to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I'm not seeing it from that frickin' twat at the moment. I'm just not understanding it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's selection today, his tactics, his formation, everything, completely wrong. Watford, much a better team. Made difficult by the fact that our players just didn't turn up either. You know, the likes of Fred, the likes of freaking Jesse freaking Lingard, man. I mean, come on now. There's nobody in the world now that surely thinks Jesse Lingard is a good enough player to be playing for Manchester United, starting games. You know, we've discussed this recently. Maybe Jesse is okay against the big teams. Sort of sounds counterproductive, but he can press. He can get at players up the top there. He can defend in the final third, if you like. But he's not a creator. He can't unlock. He's not a finisher. He's a bloody little pigeon-faced man who's, quite frankly, had his day at United. See you later on, Jesse. That's as simple as that. Let's just get that out of the way right away there. The midfield today, man. How absolutely gash is our midfield? Freddie Flintstone in the centre of the park there has looked great recently. Not today. Turned to absolute horrendous horseshit once again. McTominay. Who the fuck was that out there? That wasn't Scott McTominay, okay? That was Scott McTominay's freaking twin brother or something who's just having a bit of a jolly, because he wasn't nowhere near what we've seen from him. I'm telling you now, that was one of the most dreary United performances I've seen. Marcio up top there. I get a fucking clue, Anthony. Hold on a second. Where's your movement, lad? Where's your creation up there? Fight for every single freaking chance, lad. I don't see it from him. He's finished. He's finished in my book, Anthony Marcio. Sorry, you might be able to stick him out wide again. Up top there, he's a melter. Solskjaer got it wrong today, man. Start Greenwood. Greenwood's done. I can't imagine Greenwood doing any more. Doing absolutely any more than what he's done recently to force his way into the side. Yet, nah. Just fuck him off. Just fuck him off because he's a young lad, you know what I mean? We've got Marcio up there. We're giving him the number 9. He'll get annoyed if we don't select him. No, you're having a fat mare here, Ollie. I'm sorry, you know how much I feel about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he needs it until the end of the season regardless. But we have just lost to Nigel Pearson's Watford. It's fucking not acceptable, is it? It's literally just... I just can't take this shit. I cannot take this shit right now. Christmas coming up. Hoping for a little bit of a relaxing Christmas. I'm feeling like shit. Hoping for, a decent win today. Decent performance. Take us into Christmas. But no, we can't get it. I mean, I just don't understand what's going on at United. Where's it all going wrong? What is actually happening with this football club? Why have we got a decent set of players? That set of players is far good enough to go to Watford and get the result. Every other bastard has got the fucking result there. Why is this United side not? I'll tell you what, it's character, it's melters. It's the fact we've got a whole bunch of bloody melters in the side. Whether it be Anthony Marcio is a melter, Jesse Lingard's a massive melter, Fred, hate to say it, guy's a melter. Our backline today, pulled all over the place. Huge bunch of melters. £80 million Harry Maguire slabhead. The lad's a freaking melter. Hate to tell you. I mean, it's a sad day. It's a sad day. Sorry, I'm just blowing my nose down. Proper freaking hell, lads and lasses. Hope you're all good. I can see there's a bunch of you in here. The Saint, Matt Lewis, Gaz Newton, the Loyal Dutch, Oliver H. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuning in today, by the way. Sorry there was no watch along. just feeling really, really, really unwell, unfortunately. It was almost in like some sort of a alternate reality. That's what it felt like, where I couldn't quite move my body, and I was just seeing, almost like a delusional hallucination, Manchester United. Have we just, hang on, wait a second, I am pretty ill at the moment. Have we actually just lost to Watford? Can somebody tell me if that's legit, or if I'm just having some sort of a funny moment at the moment? Because there's no way that we've just gone to Watford and lost 2-0, right? There's no fucking way. Anyway, one of the worst games you're ever likely to see, one of the worst United performances ever, one of the worst selected teams you're ever likely to see based on recent form. I don't know what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's doing, you know. Please, Ollie, you've got to start making some significant changes here. I mean, Pogba's come back into it today. Did nothing, by the way, but he came on off the bench. It's like, just give him an opportunity. You're putting Jesse Lingard out there instead of Paul Pogba. And I don't rate Paul Pogba that highly, but I tell you what, he's 10 times the creative player that Jesse Lingard is. So I'm just disgusted with the selection. I'm disgusted with the lack of faith in some of the other players that deserve to play recently. Mason Greenwood, I think it's too little too late bringing him on. You know, we needed him on from the start. He's clinical. He's been fantastic recently. It's just a problem we've got here. Richard James says, Ollie, the Norwegian mountain troll. Gungshi comments, wish it was a bloody hallucination. Thank you very, very much. Matt Lewis says, Lingard was absolutely awful. I mean, this is the thing with Jesse Lingard. I don't know what sort of a relationship behind the scenes Jesse Lingard has with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I'm guessing it's a sexual one. Because what the hell is the reasoning behind selecting Jesse Lingard to start this game? He's so bad. Look, I know you're trying to be compassionate here, and he's gone through a bad time, and he had a bad performance last time out on his birthday. You know why he had a bad performance last time out on his birthday? Because he's actually just not very good. I'm all about second chances in this life. I really, really am. But Jesse Lingard, man, how many chances do you need? He's had his 7th, his 8th, his 9th chance. It's more than that. He's absolutely bloody useless. If anybody is proven gash in this Manchester United side, it is Jesse bloody Lingard. If anybody is proven not good enough for United, it's him. Because he's just not performed, consistently enough for a very, very long time. Oh, right, guys, thanks very much for tuning in, by the way, today on the show. Do us a favour, if you are tuning in live, smash a cheeky little like on it. Apologies once again, no watch. I'm feeling absolutely like shit. But, I mean, what can I say? What else can I say about this game? I mean, crikey. We had an opportunity here to get up there again. We've slipped up again. I mean, I don't even want to look at the league table, to be perfectly honest with you, but let's do it. Let's do it, because it's absolutely atrocious. So, actually, now where we are, we're back down to 8th in the Premier League. We're back down to 8th. Freaking 8th again. 8th. What is it about this freaking number? We're down to 8th anyway. So, very, very confused about why we're just not performing so well at the moment, why we do the business against the best teams, and then we go to Watford, teams like that, and get absolutely beaten. Now, people like to say we don't have the players, the midfield, to unlock defences when they sit behind the ball. And you know what? That is absolutely true. It's absolutely true, because, we don't have the best midfield. That was on display again today. The midfield were completely shit, cutting them open, no ability on the ball whatsoever, getting dragged all over the place. It's a terrible midfield. It truly is. Like, what do you expect with that sort of a midfield put out there? If you've got Jesse Lingard, Fred, McTominay, look, I know McTominay's been great recently, but he's still not the finished article. You still shouldn't expect consistency from him every single week. Not week in, week out. So that's a big problem for us. We're very light in those areas, sure. But listen to me for a second now. Look at Watford's team. They got frickin' one of our United cast-off Ben Foster in goal, by the way. He did a good job. It's like, they don't have a good team either. They've got a shite team. They've got championship fodder, like bloody Troy Deeney, and stuff like that. Okay, might be a decent finisher. He's shite. Scored against us today, though, courtesy of some really shit defending anyway. And what I must say is United just, at this moment in time, we're a shadow of ourselves. We can't beat teams like Watford. We go away to, we beat City, we beat Spurs, and we lose to Watford. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But we're down to 8th now in the Premier League. Spurs are ahead of us, a point ahead of us, with a game in hand. Wolves are ahead of us. Sheffield United are 3 points ahead of Manchester United, lads and lasses. Sheffield United, the Blades, are 3 points ahead of Manchester United. It's unbelievable. Anyway, lads and lasses, let me know I'm coming through loud and clear. Looks like we're having all sorts of stream issues here, so apology if that is the case. I mean, I'm just not feeling great today, so maybe I've not set something up properly. But, I mean, let's get into your comments then, lads and lasses, and see what you guys think about this absolute bloody melt job that is United at the moment. Christina Horvath comments, I keep backing Ollie and the team, but this was unacceptable. I mean, what can you say? You can't really defend that team selection. You can't defend that performance. You can't defend the way we've gone about it. You can't defend the in-game management. You can't defend the half-time team. You just can't defend it. It's an absolutely atrocious, shocking result for United. A truly pitiful performance. So you can't defend it. I agree with you, Christina. Ed Peddle comments, Pogba looked like he knew how to do it by passing and running. It's that simple. You need to move... Hang on, your comment's totally gone there. But fair play, I mean, look, Pogba is a way better option up the top of the pitch there than Jesse bloody Lingard. Do you know what I mean? He plays like he's on crystal meth. He plays like his name's Jesse Pinkman. He plays like he doesn't give a shit. He plays like he's a 6-year-old boy. What's going on with him? Not only does he look like a 12-year-old, he's playing like one of the United schoolboys out there. Unreal. Gungshi, thank you very much for the vote of confidence there with me coming through. Absolutely fine. That's spot on. Viking Red, how are you doing, Viking Red? Comments. We need 2 midfielders, not a striker. See, there you go. If ever it was more evident that we need to replace, if ever it was more evident that we need to bring in a couple of top quality midfielders in January, I'm talking about somebody who's a bit more defensively minded and somebody who can actually create and unlock a defence, because let's be honest now, you could give Jesse Lingard 1 padlock and 10 keys. The same freaking key to open up that 1 padlock, and he still would struggle to open it with each set. He'd still be putting them in, going, nah, that's not the one. Nah, that's not the one. Nah, that's not the one. Even though they're the same key that all unlock the padlock. That's what we're talking about here with Jesse. So, yeah, I agree. I think it's just a midfield issue. We need to get some better midfielders. But then saying that, would you not think McTominay, Fred and Lingard would be more than enough to deal with Watford, who have been completely atrocious all season long, who are still bottom of the bloody table? I'm looking at the league table now. So they've won today. They've beaten Manchester United 2-0 today. And they're still only on 12 points. They're still at the foot of the table. They're still on minus 21 goal difference, lads and lasses. That basically means they're one of the shittest teams ever in the Premier League. Okay, that's basically what that means. Yet United go there against the Premier League's whipping boys. The Premier League's freaking whipping boys. And they whip us. I mean, how does that even make sense? It makes little sense, lads and lasses. Beata Thompson says, Ollie is not our man. Sorry, he's lost all confidence in the Norwegian golem there. Sort yourself out, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I must admit, look, I don't know what he's doing with the way that we're going about it and playing the game today. And his selection, I thought it was completely wrong. Olivia Alves, great to see you in here. Olivia comments, Ollie has too much faith in awful players. That's it. Hey, fair play, there you go. He's like got his arm around Lingard. He's like, Lingard, you are the Messinho of this freaking team. You are literally Messi Lingard. But in reality, he's like, I don't even know what he is. He's like freaking Carlton Palmer's shit cousin or something. Thank you very, very much, Olivia there. Gunchi says, what are our tactics? We seem clueless going forward half the time. Yeah, I don't really understand what's going on. They were actually cutting us open. They were tuning up. They were creating chances. They were getting at us. What is it with this United side? We just can't break any opposition down. Do you know what? I am starting to turn around to the fact that maybe our coaching, maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's them. It's them that's actually causing the problems with the way that they're playing. Because if you look at how we played recently, if you look at the midfielders that we've actually got and how much they are valued at, and McTominay's come through and showed great leadership, and Fred's cost 50 million, and Lingard's an experienced player, you would think that we'd have enough to get the better of Watford, at least, who are effectively a championship side at this stage. You know, they'll be playing their football in the championship next season, in my opinion. So it's just truly, truly unacceptable for a United fan right now. Steve Johnson, I want to read your super chat out here, Steve. Thank you very much for sending it in, mate. I'm so sick, by the way. I cannot be doing with this right now. I'm so ill. And that's just made me feel 10 times worse. Steve Johnson, I shouldn't even be on here, to be honest with you, lads and lasses. I'm sorry if there's stuff dribbling out of my nose and my voice sounds absolutely obscene. But Steve Johnson comments, Pig, Ollie out. Manager Dobb, not supposed to be on the job training. Yeah, fair enough. He doesn't think that you should be learning as you go along. He doesn't think it's acceptable to have a manager at a club like Manchester United who has to learn from their mistakes week in, week out. They should have the experience to begin with to just not make the mistakes in the first place. And you know what? I've seen recently, like I've said to you, Ollie is going to make mistakes. And it's acceptable that he makes mistakes because you learn from your mistakes. And every manager makes mistakes. It's about learning from them and not making the same shite mistakes again. But one thing I've seen from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the short time he's been manager at United, just over a year now, is that he has made a lot of the same mistakes. He has put faith and a shoulder around Jesse Lingard at the wrong time. He does use him in the wrong games. Like I said, he's okay when you unleash him against some of the top teams. It sounds counterproductive, but it's not. He's a good presser. But that's it. He's not a creator. He can't unlock. He can't create. He can't finish. He's garbage, man. Fair enough, Steve Johnson. I know if you want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out, I personally still think that. I know it's getting a bit silly now. Because we can't go on like this. We can't lose to teams like Watford. We can't draw with teams like Everton, where the way they're doing, and yet beat City and Spurs. That's no good. We've literally completely undone all those hard-fought, amazing victories that we were shouting and celebrating about a couple of weeks ago, like we just won the bloody World Cup or something. We have undone all of that hard work. We've undone all of that confidence, and now we're like some little festering freaking little turd on the street who's slowly decomposing in the freaking hot sun. That's what's going on. We're stinking up the place and we're just getting worse. Like, why is that happening? Fair enough, Steve. I mean, I can take your point, but I mean, I still think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves until the end of the season, at least, regardless. The Saint comments, Pig, come on, mate. How much time can you give Ole? Look, it's so knee-jerk, though. It really is. Like, I know we've lost this game. I know we did shit against Everton. I know all these tactics were absolutely shite. I know the team played like a steaming pile of horse manure. I know all these things, okay? But a couple of weeks ago, we were all absolutely freaking sucking off Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with the way that they beat Spurs, the way that they beat City. Couple of performances go against us and it's all suck Ole all of a sudden. Man, the fickle nature of football fans is really disheartening to the Pig. But fair enough. I mean, you know, if that's your opinion, I understand. I can't really defend the way that we've gone about it. I can't defend his selection. I can't defend what he's doing at the moment at United. We've got to be able to dispatch teams like Watford. We've got to be able to get the better of teams like shitty Watford, man. If we can't do that, like, what are we actually doing? This isn't United, is it? Shaw Win comments, it's just a loss. Man United going nowhere. Well, at this moment in time, it seems like we're truly going nowhere. Back down to 8th now. I mean, I don't know. You know, he's made it difficult for himself now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's a potential that he might just end up getting the sack over the Christmas period. Honestly, it's like there was a vote of confidence a couple of weeks ago. He's bested Pep Guardiola. He's bested Jose Mourinho. But it wouldn't surprise me if Ed Wood would, if the Glazers just go, do you know what? He's not doing the business for us. He's not shown he's a good enough manager. Do we really want to give him the January transfer window and £100 million or whatever it may be to improve this side when he might end up getting sacked at the end of the season anyway? That's how I understand it. There's a very, very real chance that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets sacked soon. Because I know how fickle and how bullshit and how terrible owners and runners of the club the Glazers and Woodward are. And some people would be very happy if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went and we got somebody in, like, you know, obviously Ancelotti's going to Everton, but somebody of that ilk, and Allegri, or, you know, Pochettino's still available, obviously, but not me. I want to see us persevere a little bit longer. I want to see us do a little bit more. But I must admit, the way we're going about it, the type of style of football we're playing, the results we're getting, I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at all. Super chat here from the Rinconator. Thank you very, very much, Rincon. He comments, nearly 8 years of average football since Fergie left. The players aren't good enough. How many managers do we have to sack until we realise this? Yeah, I mean, you know, you make a great point. The squad is actually not good enough, but it should actually be good enough to beat Watford. Do you know what I mean? When you see the players we got out there, Martial and Rashford, who scored 10 league goals this season, you know, and McTominay, who's been great recently, and Fred, who's looked good recently, Maguire, who cost 80 million, and Wan-Bissaka, who cost 50 million, and De Gea, one of the best goalies in the fucking world, apparently. But when you actually look at that squad, we should be getting the better of Watford, Alex. I know what you're saying. Like, the players are not good enough. They're absolutely not. They should hang their heads in shame for that sort of a performance. The midfield in particular, truly atrocious. And throughout the whole team, to be fair. Every single player in that performance today I thought was bang average, you know. De Gea's making errors, Lingard's missing sitters, Martial's movements bloody gashtastic, Rashford's ineffective, McTominay and Fred are clueless. It was that sort of a terrible performance, Alex. So I actually do agree. It's a lot to do with the players. The players are the ones out there making these errors. It's not like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could make David De Gea turn into a freaking absolute spasimodo. It's not like he can make Jesse Lingard miss a sitter. We all know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't do that very often in his career. So, you know, it's not like those are the factors. He's not actually getting these players to play shit out there in a way. Sure, the style, the way we're approaching it, it's obviously not working. We don't actually have a clue out there, man. We can't unlock Watford. Even with the team we got, we cannot unlock Watford. It's a joke, man. It is. It shouldn't be acceptable, Alex. I agree. But yeah, I mean, how many? The fact is, like you say, we could sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We could get another manager to come in, a big name manager, might steady the ship for a little while, may take us backwards again. Who knows? At least what we're doing right now, we are trying to get good young players. He has made some great signings. They have developed well. He's introduced a couple of great players from the youth setup as well, like Greenwood, who should have 100% been starting this game today over that absolute joker and imposter Anthony Martial, man. Like, Anthony Martial, I'm sorry, mate. You know what? Do you know what? I'm going to say it. I think he's freaking had his day at United. He's not going to be that number 9 striker for us. Sure, we could shunt him out wide. We've got better players in those areas, in my opinion. I think James and Rashford are better. I'd rather go and get somebody like Sancho. Look, Martial's a good squad player, okay, but I think he's proven recently he's not a number 9. He's never going to be Thierry Henry. He's never going to be Alan Shearer or a goal scorer of that ilk up there for us. And that is what we so desperately need right now. I just hope this gives the Glazers, Woodward, Solskjaer, the shot in the arse that they need to go out there in the January transfer window and sign a couple of midfielders and sign a striker. Sign somebody who can really find the back of the net. There's talk of Erling Braut Haaland and make it happen. We absolutely need him. Fez Armari comments, sack Ollie. There's a lot of sack Ollie. There's a lot of Ollie out comments coming through. Sorry for my snotty nose. Steve Johnson comments, Pig, you're Ollie hallucinating, mate. Get well. Do you know what? I might be hallucinating, honestly. I felt like I was hallucinating earlier. Have you ever been that ill where you start to hallucinate? I have. I mean, I'm not that ill right now, but when I was watching the game earlier in bed, feeling like absolute misery, at one point I thought, hang on a second, am I actually hallucinating again now? Have I just imagined Watford being able to get the best of Manchester United here after what being one of the worst teams in Premier League history? MT comments, Pig, have you got the swine flu? Get well soon, mate. I don't feel too well either today. Get well soon to you too, MT. And yeah, something like that. I suppose if a pig gets the flu, it is the swine flu. Poltergeist comments, Ollie must soon sign a new contract. Well, fair play. I mean, I don't really understand what he did today. I don't understand how he set them up. He's made some mistakes. He's got to learn from them. He's making the same mistakes. Lingard should be in there. I'd like to see a different look midfield as well. We need to sign some of the players in the January transfer window. It's just around the corner. It could have been a nice end to the Christmas time period. It could have been a nice end to the year. But unfortunately for United right now, it's not going to be either of those. We struggled in this game to lose 2-0 against Watford. We're an absolute shower of shite. We're a complete freaking mess of jokers right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, Christmas is coming up. What we need is three wise men to turn up with the old frankincense freaking gold and some freaking myrrh, yeah? But what we've actually turned up with is 3 clueless twats who've turned up. That's the Glazers, freaking Woodward, and I guess you could say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And instead of bringing gold, frankincense and myrrh, what they've actually brought is misery, disappointment, and freaking disgracefulness. That's what's happened at United. Like, why have we melted at this festive period? Of all the times. Of all the bloody times. I'll tell you one thing, though. We do need a second coming at United. We do need to resurrect lots of freaking Jesus and Christmas references here. Sorry to offend anybody, but we need to resurrect ourselves. Resurrect this once great football club back to where it should be. Oh, thank you, Gungers. Gungshi comments with a super chat. The Glazers, Woodward, the manager, and the players are all at fault, in my opinion. I love Ollie, but I'm straining to see any real tactics or ideas, especially against so-called small teams. We needed more players in the summer. Yeah, absolutely, Grunchy. Great comment. Thank you for your super chat there, mate. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, to be fair, we haven't seen any real good signs recently. They've all been doing it a bad job. We know the Glazers and Woodward are doing a terrible job actually owning and managing the club. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, he's not doing the business for us right now. The style at which we've gone about it, you know what? It's actually so frustrating because, like I say, he's got the tactics bang on against City. He's got the tactics bang on against Liverpool. He's got the tactics bang on against Spurs. But like you say, we've got no ideas against the so-called small teams, like you say. And trust me, Watford, a.k.a. Twatford, are a ridiculously small team. Fair play to Watford, you know, they did well today, but they're a small team. They've been the whipping boys in the Premier League this season. They haven't got a win at home since April. Now they have, because they got it against United 2-0. Shows you just what a terrible outfit they are. And the fact that United can't do more, the fact that it's a clear 2-goal victory for Watford, I mean, it tells a huge story, doesn't it, about where United are along at the moment in terms of progression and how good of a job Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing. I'm sorry, you can't defend a draw against a really lowly Everton side and then a 2-0 loss against Watford. If you know, tactically, he's shown abilities against Pep and against Jose. But when it comes down to it, against the smaller clubs, we just can't do it. Alex Rudd, shout out to you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by in here. Much appreciated. Gungers with another super chat, you bloody lunatic. Let's read this one out. He comments, Pig, get yourself some codeine and a bacon butty. Get well soon, mate. Hey, thank you so much, Gungshi. Yeah, probably shouldn't have come on here today. You know, in all honesty, because I'm feeling absolutely rough. But I thought I'd come in and just have my say. Unfortunately, I'm dribbling my brain out my nose right now, so apologies for that. But thank you so much, Gungshi. Yeah, I've already one step ahead of you, my friend. But appreciate it. Coco de Mold up to the frickin' eyeballs, my son. So thank you very much for that then, pal. What a legend Gungshi is. Oh dear. Matt Rush with a super chat comments, Ollie, for God's sake, get 2 quality midfielders in January. Glazer's out, needs to get momentum. Yeah, it's all well and good. That's the thing. It's all well and good blaming Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but who's actually in charge of this horror show? Who actually didn't get the players that we so desperately needed? And every single person on the planet can see that we needed these players. You'd actually have to be Stevie Wonder to not see that we need new midfielders. You know, it's no disrespect to Stevie. I love Stevie. Do you know what I mean? I just called to say how shit United are right now. That's the problem. And Stevie Wonder would be able to see how shite this United side is. So, I'm disappointed. I don't know what's going on. I hope that, like you say, we do go out there in the January transfer window and sign a couple of quality midfielders. Also sign a striker, somebody who can score a bloody goal or two for us on a consistent basis, because we just don't have that right now. I know Rashford's goal rate has been good recently, but I like him in a wide position. Martial, to me, is never going to be that number 9 now. He's had plenty of time there. He's either injured or he's just too inconsistent. Sometimes he looks fantastic there, don't get me wrong. It's not like he's useless all the time, but he's just not been doing the business for us lately. He looks lazy as fuck, the guy. Superstar comments, all these players are sitting on fluffy contracts on wages they'll never get anywhere else. You make such a valid point there, you know. A lot of these players really are. Who is paying Jesse Lingard 6 figures a week to play for them? Not many people, I don't think. You know, who's paying Pogba £300,000 a week based on what he's actually done over his career? Probably some people actually, because he's a big brand. But to me, he's the ideal candidate to leave in January. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, what are you on about? Have you seen how shit our midfield are? The fact that we've got Pogba coming back into it, we should embrace that. We should give the opportunity to Pogba. And while he's here, I truly believe that. But I also think generating 150 million right now for the Glazers, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go and spend out there on some other better quality players to improve the overall squad, is probably more important than giving an opportunity to somebody who's proven time and time again they're just not up to the task. And that is Paul Pogba, unfortunately, in a United shirt. Great player, but just, I don't know, I'm not blaming, it's not about Paul Pogba today. The reason I brought that up is because I think that's a great way of financing bringing other players into the club. And it's a disgrace that United are in the situation where you would even need to sell players to bring players into the club. We should just be going out there and reinvesting heavily into the squad. But you know that's not how the Glazers roll. You know that's not how Woodward rolls. So that's just what we're stuck with at the moment. The Primot comments, a can of pickled onions will fix you right up, mate. Is that a legit super chat there, the Primot? Or is that some sort of a joke, my son? But you're talking about all the vinegar and stuff, fair play to you, man. I might just go and neck one right now. I think there's one in my cupboard. Anything, mate. Anything to sort me out right now, I will take. So fair play to you, the Primot. Thank you very, very much for your super chat there. Craig Warby comment, Pogba changed the team from the moment he walked on the pitch. Hey, I'm not disputing Paul Pogba's a very good player. He's a way better player than the likes of Jesse Lingard, trust me. And up there, when he gets on the ball, he can wreak havoc. He's a great passer of the ball. He really, really is. I think maybe if you take all the defensive abilities away from Paul Pogba, then he can be really, really successful in this team. But is he going to be here that much longer? I think there's a fair chance that he wants to go to somebody like Real Madrid and actually win things. Like, there's no horizon in sight for United at the moment where we can be like a challenging side for the Premier League title or challenging for the Champions League. I mean, sure, you can look down the road in a few years' time. We're absolutely miles off of doing that right now. So for somebody like Paul Pogba, who's advancing in his years, who's won World Cups, who, okay, he might love United, but I'm pretty sure from an individual point of view, he'd actually like to go and play somewhere where, you know, he's challenging for things, challenging for major accolades, winning league trophies, and somebody like Real Madrid, Juventus, he can absolutely go and do that. If I was Paul Pogba, I wouldn't want to be at this United side right now either, because it's just garbage, man. The way we're playing, the fact that he's selecting just idiots ahead of him, it makes me really just disconcerted and confused with what we're actually trying to do at the football club. Like, if Pogba's fit enough today, he should have been starting 100%. I agree with you, he's a much better player than the other options we had out there. Gungshi comments, honestly, I wouldn't blame Pogba for wanting to move on. He's 26. Yeah, exactly like I was saying. I mean, he's done a lot in his career up to this point, really. Not that whole much at United, though. But in terms of what he's done previously and for his national side, he's on the way to being a future legend of the game. But if he halts his individual career at United, which is what he's doing by staying here, it could only really hurt his legacy, I suppose. So, plus, it'd be nicer to play with better players. I know, like, people like to say, oh, if Pogba was playing with better players, he would play better. It's true. It's true of anybody, but it is true. And if you compare our midfield to, Real Madrid's midfield or Juventus' midfield, it's not even close. United's midfield is a joke, man. It's an absolute mess-up joke. Alex Rudd, thank you so much for your super chat, Ruddy. He comments, gotta go. Feel better, Piggy. Thank you so much, Alex Rudd. And thank you to everybody else who's tuned in on the live stream today. Alex Rudd, top man. Have a good one if you've got to go, but thanks for stopping by on here, dude. Do us a favour, if you're tuned in, please do smash a cheeky little like on this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game and the outcome and how we performed and everything. My brain's literally seeping out of my head right now, so I don't think I can stick around too much longer because, just look at me. Just fucking look at me! But anyway, what can I say? United are shite, the way we played is shite, the midfield is shite, Martial's shite, Rashford was shite, the defence is shite, Maguire's a slap at 80 mil shite head, De Gea literally is a joke monster. Like, who are you? Who are you in Manchester United's goal, David, okay? You can't be making schoolboy errors like this week in, week out, you prat. Sort yourself out, man the fuck up, or, we have to give it to bloody Sergio Romero. He never puts a foot wrong. JP, shout out to you, says Pig, you monstrosity. Bit harsh, but I sort of understand where you're coming from on this one. Matt Rush comments, Newcastle is an awful game now. Yeah, Newcastle, Boxing Day is it. Shocking game. Really difficult. Usually you'd really fancy your chances of going up against a shit Newcastle side, wouldn't you? But not with this United side. It's just clueless. Lacking any creativity. We can't break down the shitter teams. John Joe Shelby's going to absolutely boss our bloody midfield. God almighty. I tell you what, though, I'm just about having enough of this frickin' United side, honestly. I'm going to get the old frickin' truncheon out soon, lads and lasses, honestly. I'm going to get the fucking truncheon out soon. Because it's not going on. It's not happening. I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. This is unacceptable from United. We're playing Watford, bottom of the league, shite, drivel. Come on. Where's the bottle? Where's the bollocks? Where's the cojones? Where's the never say die attitude? Where's that United way? What's going on? Right, anyway, listen, lads and lasses, I'm going to wrap this video up now, but I do want to say a big shout out and a thank you to everybody that stopped by, even though I'm sounding like this. Do us a favour, smash a like on it. If I've not responded to you in the live chat, understand that I would love to respond to everybody, but come back once this video is finished, get your thoughts in the not live comments, and I would love to respond to you then. So please do that, get your thoughts and opinions in, let me know what you think about the performance, the situation of United, everything that's going on. And I'll be back to form next time. Apologies once again for there not being a watch-along. I'm disgusted that I wasn't able to do one today, but I thought it was ill-advised based on how I was feeling earlier. It's still ill-advised, but, we'll get back to regularly scheduled programming very, very, very soon. I don't think I've actually missed a United game all season long on the watch-along, so I'm gutted to have missed this one, but I am just bloody ill. Gungshi with a late super chat. Thanks, Gunga. Says, Pig, get yourself on a codeine and bacon drip and watch some good movies to take your mind off this gashtastic calamity. Get well soon. Tomcat Tom too. Thanks, Gunga. Yeah, Tomcat Tom, unfortunately, it was a flying visit from him. He's already on his way back to America. He's got the frickin' influenza lurgy as well. In fact, he's the person that brought it over from America and gave me that frickin' some sort of North American lurgy. Not happy about it, but what can I do? That's it. I've got some sort of a strain that's only really suitable for attacking Americans. That's what's going on. I'm not used to this shit. I'm used to dealing with the British strains of illnesses, not the American strains, okay? And I don't think it works that way, but either way, it's gash. Right then, I'll do a few shout-outs at the end. Thanks to you all for tuning in. Matt Lewis, Ryan Goodwin, Steve Johnson, Raghavendra GN, Eddie Ottu, Gary Wells, JP, Gunshi, Thulani Bukhani. Bloody love that name. It's amazing. Wallace, Modcra, Stewart, James Moscrop, shout out to you all. Buster Cherry, The Saint, Kurt Koenig. Oh yeah. Lee G. Poltergeist. Right, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you said anything in the comment section after that, then you've been stitched up, I'm afraid. But Matt Rush, I'll see you very, very soon. You have yourselves a good one. Please do a favour, smash a like on it, subscribe, follow me on social media here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section after this vid. But what can I say? United, down to 8th. United losing to the bottom of the table, Watford at home. Watford's first victory since fucking April at Vicarage Road. David De Gea committed more errors that lead to a goal than any goalkeeper in the Premier League this season. Is that acceptable? I think it's not. Stop him. Put Sergio Romero in there. Look, it's easy to say that, isn't it? Because Sergio Romero's been so solid. But De Gea is a quality keeper, but he's just making stupid errors again at the moment. Where's this come from? I thought he was solid. For 5 years, he was solid as a rock. He's made more errors in the last year than he has done in the previous 5. I think that might actually be true. Right, guys, I'll see you soon anyway. Take it easy. Thank you so much for stopping by on the channel. Apologies for the lack of content recently. There will be a bunch more coming. Hopefully, me and the hen are going to do some sort of, well, I say hopefully, not hopefully now, but hopefully there'll be a pig in the hen on Monday, tomorrow that is. Of course, Wednesday is Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to all of you. Have yourselves a bloody good one. I hope you have a great Christmas, each and every one of you who's tuning in. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, just have a nice day. So there we have it. I'll see you soon. Thank you to all of you for tuning in. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any super chatters in here because obviously, if you've taken the time to do that, it's a bit harsh of me not to read it out. So, Matt Rush, I think I missed your one, buddy. He says, Ollie, for God's sake, get 2 quality midfielders in Jan. Glazers out needs to get... Oh, no, we did read that one out, Matt Rush. But another shout out to you, my friend. Gungshi, Alex Rudd, thank you so much. Steve Johnson, top man. I missed one here from JP who put just simply a poo emoji. A shithead emoji. Thank you, JP. Twice, actually. Don't know if you're calling me that or United's performance that, but either way, Jay, thanks so much for getting involved here. Steve Johnson, thanks for... Everybody else, I'll see you soon. Stay classy. Oh, you've been watching The Pig on Flying Pig United. Sort your fucking lives out, Manchester United. There's no excuses now. Sign some quality players in January because all we've got at the moment is a lingering mess of shit. Get rid of the Deadwood. See you later, Matic. See you later, Lingard. Just get rid of these Deadwood tossers. Right, time for the Patreon credits. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. This is The Pig. I'm out. Oh, what an absolute calamity, though, lads and lasses. It's truly an awful result and an awful day today. Just compounding a miserable frickin' Christmas, do you know what I mean? It'll be lonely this Christmas. Lonely and cold. It'll be lonely this Christmas. Without United to hold. That was shit. Anyway, special shout out and mention to these legends who do support the channel on Patreon. Legends, there's a link in the description. Shout out to the Rinconator and the Ruddinator for moderating. Special shout out to Gungshi as well. And all the legends in here, Lucinda Green, Ikalul, Liam White, Robbo, Jarvis Cocker, Pete Miller, and anybody else who've not mentioned who's a big supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for doing that. You have yourself a bloody good one. Merry Christmas. And it's time for me to go and stick my head in a bucket of Tabasco sauce. Try and sort me out. See you later on, lads and lasses. Take it easy.